what really got to me, and what really hurt me and hurt my heart as an American citizen, is when I watch television and I see the news reports of Mexico sending 200 troops and trucks so that we can provide water to the people in New Orleans. I thought that had to be the absolute worst thing I had ever heard. I mean, I can sit there and talk about, well, we all joke, don't drink the water and all of that. But here we are, strongest nation, one of the strongest nations in the world, and Mexico has to provide drinking water for us. We have to rely on someone else. That is probably one of the most lowest points as a citizen I've ever actually experienced. Now, there were also reports of lawlessness and people stealing and everything else going on, and then they found out it wasn't true. And then they complained that when the help actually did come, that it came under armed guard and armed troop carriers. Well, I'm going to tell you what, if I'm bringing food into a disaster situation, you're doggone right, everybody's going to be armed, because you don't know how people are going to respond in a disaster situation. And so don't get upset. I mean, based on the fact the local police weren't around, they were just as much victims as everybody else. The food came, it just came late under armed guard. Now, one of the things the governor should have done and didn't do was declare martial law and dispatch reservists to the areas that were affected. Oh, never mind, I forgot. All those people are in Iraq fighting. Never mind, scratch that one. Okay. Then I hear about the complaints about how the politicians and the wealthy people got out and left. Well, what did you think they were going to do? The man on the television said this was going to be a catastrophic event. They weren't going to hang around and stand around and get whisked away or flooded away. They knew what to do. Leave. And see, this is where I'm coming from. If any of the people that were stuck on a roof and yelling or standing out on their balcony yelling for help and, oh, it's flooded and everything else, any of those folks, if they had ever raised money to get gas money to go on their trip, or if they've ever, raised money to go to the gambling boat or do something like that, there's a problem. They can raise money to do that, but they can't figure a way to save their own hide and get out when the time came. Shame on you. Your priorities in life are screwed up. Now, as the days went on and, people were expecting something was going to happen, I got the eerie feeling that, the people that remained really thought that FEMA or some government agency had the responsibility to rescue them. I don't think they ever considered leaving the city. That was the thought process all along. And I'll tell you what, this has the ugly ring of welfare apathy. I'm going to sit around and wait for someone to give me something and not take any actions that are actually going to help my own situation. There's a point where you have to stand up and take care of yourself. You can't wait, even on your own government, even though you're supposed to have confidence in your own government, you can't wait for them to bring you a handout, especially in that type of situation. Now, there are so many things that could have, would have, should have been done by all the governments prior to the storm, and they didn't do anything. With that said, there's a part of me that says the victims were much a part of the problem as the government was. You can't sit around and wait for somebody to save you. There's a point in time where you have to get up and save yourself and save your family and take responsibility for yourself. And that's how I see it. Thanks for watching. We need to help protect and support the people that defend and protect us. You take the money away from your own kids to rebuild someone else's country. How can a convicted criminal have it better than the ordinary working person? The U.S. right now is so determined to include everyone, it forgets the people who are here. Somehow the brightest minds in government thought of this plan. Has anyone from the White House or Congress taken a look at minority test scores? Make no mistake. I think the United States is the best country on the planet.